Hello guys, I'm going to build a rocket for y'all on how to make a space station. Here's the rocket design. I'm going to replicate the rocket and place it right here. So basically you need one Hawk engine, two the big sized, the tall sized, skinniest, smallest engine, like smallest fuel tanks, one decoupler, a Valentine engine, and what is this called? Well, the second to biggest liquid fuel tank for the non-DLC, decoupler, heat shield. Then I'll plan you should put the fairing first before you put any of the storage in it. 3 you need. Kind of rhyme there. You need 2 solar panels, 1 probe, 2 docking ports. Then you're going to need a fuel tank. Then go to the structural parts. Get 2 of these small ones, put them there, and then get 3 and put them right here. And then just if you want it, you could put an engine up there, or you could put simply, in case you want to expand it, a docking port. But I'll consider putting a little engine so you could dock rockets to it and don't need to use that much fuel, but fix the orbit correctly. There you have the rocket. I haven't tested it. I tried to make this video some tries, but I'm gonna see if this works. So there'll be many parts of this to test this rocket, or the rockets that are gonna launch. So thank goodness I'm remaking a video, or else the video would be kind of bad. This has enough fuel, but when you reach around 35, stop your engine. When you reach 25, then you could release your fairing, 25 kilometers. Then make sure you reach around like 34 kilometers and then start your engine up. When you're out of fuel, you could stage it. I would very consider putting stages. Very much consider, or else the rocket won't fly that good. It will be hard to get everything correctly, because what if you had side boosters? This has enough fuel to get into orbit. After you do your suborbital trajectory and detach the bottom booster. Here you have a low orbit, and you have still 24% fuel left. So I consider going to the lowest point of your orbit, then raise the highest point to around 100 kilometers, and then go to the highest point, then raise it to around 100 kilometers. And you can see we still have a little bit fuel. You could keep it on the rocket, but I would consider just detaching it and maybe deleting it. And then extend the solar panels for energy, but sadly we don't have electricity in this game. If you do, that's what docking ports are useful for. You could dock a rocket to it that has a battery, but sadly we don't have batteries in this game. And you can see this engine could change its flight. and you can correct it to however you want it. Then you built that. There's something wrong with this. Here it is. Well, now since we have this part, we're now going to launch two of the small. Oh, I forgot to say. Well, you don't need to add it, but if you wanted to, you could have added parachutes. You don't need to add parachutes, it's just in case you want to deorbit it and reuse it or just land it, but you don't really need it. That's why I put the heat shield, just in case you want to land it. But here, I used a little bit part clipping. It's not that big of a rocket. I wouldn't consider having it this small. I'll have a second fuel tank. Not having these, right? But this one Hawk engine, it's basically the same design, but when you reach to the second stage, same engine, think the small fuel tank, and add RCS thrusters so it could go dock onto the main part of the ship or the space station. Then here you need the docking port, and here if you don't have part clipping, then it does that. Well, in order to fix that, you're gonna do that. But for the remainder of this video, I don't like that, so I'll keep it with, so it could be like that. But that's only when you have the updates, but they cost. So if you have the money to do it and you're allowed to, or if you're a kid and you need it to tell your parents to, then do so if you want to. But if you don't, if you can't, oh well. Use whatever you can to do your best. I advanced in this game very good, but over time, I barely even knew that much on rockets. Well, I did know a lot, but I'm not good at building one. But here you can see I'm better at it. You should do tests in every rocket you fly. So here, you get to your 5 kilometer point, a little bit higher, around like 0.5 more or 0.6. Then gets you around 0.4 to 0.5. Now we still have a lot of fuel in this, that's good. So we could get into navigation around this. You can see how far the 100 is. That's to get an easier flight. And to dock to it easier. I turn on this engine. You can see we're in the suborbital flight. Now we're gonna raise it. Now, I'll consider making this lower. Like this. Okay. Make sure it's lower than the space station, so you're able to dock to it easier. Then wait until you get to the transfer window. You can see how quick I go to the transfer window and able to go to the rocket. Now since we're here, make sure you expand the rocket more, because the bigger it is, the easier it is to find the rocket. That's how I find my space stations. Definitely for the moon, it's way easier to build space stations around the moon than around the planet. Even though it takes a lot more fuel to get to the moon, it's just overall easier. You can see I'm having a little bit problems of getting it. That's why I like it when you lower your engine to 1, because it's way slower. Okay. We'll get close, where you can see they kind of meet, but don't get to the actual render, whatever it's called, point. Now we're about to reach. Make sure you do this, press on the orbit of your rocket to get to the point you need to get to. You still can't see it. It takes some time to see the rocket come by. There it is. In order to keep up with it, we're gonna have to turn on the engine and slow it down. You might get faster than it, but you want to fix that. Just point near it, but not towards it, so you won't crash with it. And just like slow it so you can keep on going the opposite way you're going, but still close enough. Then point at it a little bit if you need to. Turn on the engine a little bit, not too fast. Around 0.4 to 0.5 for like around 2 to 3 seconds. Not that long. And if you need to slow it down, then slow it down. Point the other way, away from the rocket you need to go to. And just turn the engine on. For right now, I don't need to do that. Then you could time warp it a little bit, not that fast, till you reach the rocket. Then once you reach this, we're gonna have to repeat this flight one more time, if you want to. But for right now, I'm not gonna repeat it so I can make this video quicker. Later on, when I make more episodes about this thing, I will. But when you dock it close to it, in case you dock on the wrong one, just use the RCS thrusters to take you to the one onto the, I'll say, left. If you face the rocket, I'll show you what I mean by left, to not get you confused up, because it's pointing right. Let's say this is how the rocket is. The part where the engine is facing up, and the part where this rocket is the left, and the other docking port near this solar panel I'm closing is the right for the rocket. Well, now since I got this up in space, in case you want to refuel rockets, like fuel it up and then take it back to Earth, that's what that parachute is for, so you can dock off. But for now, I'm not going to need to do that. So now we're connected in a around 100-kilometer orbit. When I exit to space center, don't press like revert to build, because then you have to redo that whole entire thing. Well, I don't know why this happened. I didn't do anything. So just this right here. Now we're moving on to this part. just clear up all the stuff you don't need. Oh, for me, I'll clear up this rocket right here. It was going to connect, but for right now, I don't need it. But this part right here, it has parachutes. You can see right here it has parachutes. It's gonna take around 6 flights to build the whole entire space station, but it still is very good. It's probably one of the easiest and best, well not best, but good builds. You might need it to be bigger than what it shows right here. Around this big. Well, in order to do it, you need two fuel tanks, 1 engine, Hawk engine, a Valentine engine, the third biggest four wide, like 4x6, and then a decoupler, heat shield. Then here's this for fuel, and if you run out of fuel for this part right here, then you can use this and refuel it. But I'm pretty sure you maybe won't need it, but well, most likely you will because I haven't tested it. And then here you add another one of that command module. Then if you need to and you want to, you can add RCS thrusters to the side of this. But for me, for right now, I don't need it because I could use this engine. Okay. We're gonna add some parachutes to the side. Then the fairing, the 4x2 fairing with the 6 wide fairing, but 4 of these things with 2 of these fairings stacked up, but for these tiles you see. Now need these 2, an exact replica of the other rocket. Now to test if what you know, add for the staging list, but consider to have everything separate. When you reach this fairing, turn that on. But when you reach to this, I'll consider putting this right here, and then have parachutes right here, so in case you accidentally press, you won't decouple this because you might need it still, because that's the thing I mess up on sometimes. I consider turning the RCS thruster on when you reach this engine, and let's continue flying. Now you just put this to 100 on and stage. The fairing is to keep it from drag, but it looks cooler. Later on I could even do part clipping. Oh, and by the way, I'll never do the thing about editing the parts because I don't know how to do that, and also I want to make it simple enough. Might not be as simple, but simple enough. Okay, you can see how the engine moves the rocket. It's kind of going down. Sorry about that. Make sure it points upwards, and then when it gets fast enough, and you see how it's going farther than the rocket, start pointing it towards it, slowly, but not fully towards it. Right now you should turn off the engine. If it goes too far, then time warp close to it, turn it towards it, then fire on the engine, turn it towards the highest point, or the arrow shows here. See, I ran out of fuel. That might happen for you. So that's what that extra fuel tank is. It helps, and also in case you want to refuel rockets on the space station. Okay, I can turn on the engine again, and get into a simple orbit. Oh, and I already have the flight trajectory to it. Three, 2, and 1. There you go. Let's see if we can see the rocket. Oh, nope. Fail. That might happen sometimes. But make sure you quick save or refer back to build, so you don't need to worry about that. I'll pause the video. That was an accident. My bad. Okay, I'm back. Back and working. Now let's see, can we see it yet? There we go, we can see it. I'll point the rocket away from it. Turn on the engine. Seems like we're going slower than it. So, point so it can get faster. This video also helps you on getting into docking. So here, I'm gonna put a second part to this video because it's gonna be the end since we're at 23. I don't want the videos to be too long. At least be at the 20s because I don't like editing the videos. You can tell by my 20-minute videos I have. Sometimes even close to 30. But sometimes I edit my videos. But I like it that since I'm able to pause my video. Okay, since I don't need that anymore, just destroy it. Now point it where I need to. Use the RCS thruster to go towards it. Since that's not that strong enough, I would consider using this to get to it. Okay. We're close enough. Soon, if you saw from when I tried to build the rocket for you, you saw the space station. I'm going to add more solar panels. But this is going to be the first part for now. Right here. So down enough. We docked. We can refuel these. we could get a little bit of this fuel, put it here, so we could still have enough fuel to deorbit it, or in case I accidentally fail and press this, it still has enough fuel to dock back. But in case of emergency and I don't have any fuel in it, I need to dock back, I could just press the couple button and I'll just have to send a rocket to recover it. And by the way, I'm going to make a recovery video soon on recovering random rockets, and they'll get difficult over the videos. But here you can see how there's one facing towards the solar panel. That's where I'm going to add a long stick, and it's going to carry all the extra solar panels. Here we'll connect another rocket, and over where we're going to add extra solar panels, we're also going to add to the right where the solar panels, I'm also going to add more parts and maybe even add a rocket lander. And if you make the rocket even enough, if you make the both sides the same weight, or if you just put another engine somewhere else, you can maybe even take it to Mars. No, not Mars, to the moon. This is a good base for the moon, and I even make videos about how to get to the moon and soon build the Sea Dragon, if I already told you. I turn on the engine, raise the orbit, so it could stay at 100 at least. Okay, so it seems like we're gonna stay at 100, and that's it for this video. I hope you like and subscribe, and have a good day.